Hello, I'm Shirley Sorotsky, Associate Artistic Director / Director of Education at the Hangar Theater, and I am thrilled to welcome everyone to our third virtual Kid Stuff performance, Shayla the Great and the Magic Paintbrush, adapted by A.K. Payne from traditional Chinese folklore and directed by Lydia Fort, featuring actors from the Hangar Theater's 2020 Virtual Lab Company. We want to start this morning with a land acknowledgement, an expression of gratitude and appreciation to the Indigenous peoples whose territory the Hangar Theater and those of us who create there reside on, and to honor those who have been living and working on the land from time immemorial. We acknowledge that the Hangar Theater is located on Indigenous lands of the Cayuga Nation, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Susquehannock people, and recognize the Indigenous peoples who have lived and continue to live here. We acknowledge the sovereignty and longstanding presence of these people on this land, which precedes the establishment of the Hangar Theater, the city of Ithaca, New York State, and the United States of America. I'd like to thank our partner in education, Cornell University, Kid Stuff series supporting sponsors, Wegman Supermarkets and Guthrie Medical Group, and this production's premier sponsor, Northeast Pediatrics. We could not have done this without you. I encourage everyone to check out our virtual next generation arts education programming for young people at our website, hangartheater.org. We're offering classes in playwriting, improvisation, Shakespeare, a whole range, and they're all taught by top-notch professionals. So please join us. And also join us next Saturday morning for our final virtual Kid Stuff production of The Velveteen Rabbit. Finally, we'd like to dedicate this performance to Representative John Robert Lewis, who committed his life to achieving justice for all. Thank you, and with no further ado, Shayla the Great and the Magic Paintbrush.
Once upon a time, in a time not far from ours, there were two superheroes who could not be stopped for anything. There was
Shayla the Great
and
Shayla's dad, the Great.
And the two were invincible. In the stretch of land that was their neighborhood, long winding Brownsville Avenue, with its stores and libraries and barbershops, as it intersected with Hamilton Road, with the houses and the green front yards. Of all of Shayla's friends from the 5th grade, she was the coolest, because being a superhero is the coolest thing a 10-year-old can be. They were invincible, and everyone knew it. And all evil quaked when those two came to save the day. And Shayla was certain that she could be and do anything.
What's the mission today, Shayla's dad, the Great?
To make the world a better place. We get one Earth, so we do what we can, as we can, with what we have, to beautify, to assure us of our collective greatness. So,
they had planted trees on Brownsville Avenue. They had gathered money for the book drive at the school that filled the shelves for an entire year. They had in their superhero greatness found lost cars and cats and porch chairs, and they'd solved mysteries of stolen things and brought the culprits to face who they had stolen from to see.
I am because you are.
You are because I am.
Without you, there is no me.
Without us, we cannot be.
They cleaned the park and picked up litter, and on Sundays, they did Shayla's favorite thing of all. On Sundays, Shayla the Great and Dad the Great drove up in Dad's pickup truck down Brownsville Avenue and up Hamilton Road, blasting music from every era. And Shayla waved out the windows at all the passersby she knew and handed out ice cream from the cooler to her friends. And the Greats made the universe a little brighter with sugar and sweet, sweet sound. Each morning before they began their daily mission, they sat together on their porch, and Shayla and Dad said,
Remember, Shayla the Great, breath is our ultimate superpower. We cannot win every battle. We are the greats. We are also human. If we are breathing at the end of it, that is its own victory that might raise us up to be great another day. So listen to your breath Hold it close. Remember,
I remember, Dad. You say that every day.
and every day I'll say it again. It's of the utmost importance, Shayla.
Okay, Dad the Great.
Breathing in and back out. I am here. I am here. I am here.
Breathing in and back out. I am here. I am here. I am here. What's the mission today, Dad the Great?
This is extra super secret, Shayla. Can you keep a secret?
My lips are sealed.
Pinky promise.
Pinky promise.
We got to start our super top secret mission to find the magic paintbrush.
The magic paintbrush.
Legend says long ago, there was an artist named Miss Rena who lived right here on Hamilton Road. She had a seemingly ordinary paintbrush that could, with a simple brush stroke on the canvas, bring anything she imagined into existence in real life.
Anything?
Anything. She painted the barbershops and the schools and the stores and the houses with their green lawns. And with the wave of her paintbrush, like the wave of a wand, she brought people like us to live here in our corner of the universe.
Wow.
Something, huh?
Where is it now?
No one knows. Legend says Ms. Rena buried it somewhere before she passed because she knew that the magic paintbrush in the wrong hands could be catastrophic. And legend says the universe is waiting for someone great to take on the mission and find it and bring it to a brand new world.
Someone great. Like us, the greats. We've got to do it, Dad. It's our destiny. Where do we start?
Whoa, Shayla, slow down. First, we've got to imagine the world we want to create.
And so Shayla and her dad spent the rest of the day talking on the porch about the kind of world they wanted to create once they found the magic paintbrush. If you could create your own world, what would you want to see?
A world with lots of space to play, and lots of grass and green, and lots of love and light.
Shayla knew well the world was not always the kind of soft place her dad and mom had shaped out of their care. She knew from the police sirens in her neighborhood, the officers who never stepped foot on Brownsville looking and watching, and from the way those who lived outside of their corner of the universe talked of it and of her as if they were a problem they could not solve. She knew from the way her parents sometimes whispered late at night about how to keep each other safe. Shayla knew this. And so she thought that night about a world worthy of Ms. Rena's magic paintbrush. She thought of a world that was both the world she lived in and not that world at all. This was all a little confusing to Shayla. She tried to breathe like Shayla's dad the Great had taught her. She tried to let all the confusing thoughts be as they are, as she named the constellations through her skylight.
Big Dipper, or Ursa Major, Little Dipper, or Ursa Minor, Orion, Lyra, Aquila.
And eventually, Shayla the Great drifted off into a sleep. Little did Shayla know that that night would change the mission forever. It was only a little past midnight when a police car pulled in front of Shayla's house, and the sound of pounding on the door woke Shayla from her sleep. She had learned since she was 5 to make yourself unseen around police, and if they see you, to behave with the utmost stillness. And so Shayla tried to stay unseen and still and watched from her window as the police led Shayla's dad the Great to the police car. And Shayla could not understand why her dad simply did not use his powers to break the handcuffs that held him. And Shayla did not understand why her dad did not cry out.
I'm of the greats. I'm Shayla's dad, the Great. I'm here to make the world a better place, a kinder place, a softer place for you and I.
as she had heard him say 1,000 times on their many, many adventures. And Shayla did not understand a lot of things that night as the police car sped off down Hamilton Road, and she tried to breathe as she had done before.
Breathing in and back out. I am here, I am here, I am here.
She tried to count the stars as she had done before.
Big Dipper or Ursa Major, Little Dipper or Ursa Minor, Orion. What comes after Orion?
And she tried to make the world feel normal when in fact, everything felt like it had turned topsy-turvy and upside down. Do you remember the last time you felt afraid? Well, Shayla wondered how she could possibly be a superhero and still feel so afraid. The next morning at breakfast, Shayla's mom poured Shayla a bowl of her favorite cereal and sat across from her at the kitchen table.
Shayla, remember how me and your father taught you how not too long ago people who looked like me and you were chained to boats, brought across an ocean and treated as if they could be owned by another?
I remember, Mom.
And remember how we told you too that a memory like that doesn't just disappear like magic?
I remember.
Well, after they unlocked our chains and said we were free, the people in charge made a whole lot of new rules about what we could do and who we could be. They built a whole lot of prisons and invented new chains. And these chains were a special kind of Shayla, because they made it hard for us to see that they had lied about our freedom.
Did they take Dad to one of those prisons?
They did, Shayla. But me and your dad want you to remember that no one, and I mean no one, can own you. You belong to yourself. We belong to ourselves, even if the world says otherwise. We don't know yet when your father will be let out of prison, but we have to keep breathing and keep trying to live our lives. Okay, Shayla?
Okay, Mom.
The stories her parents had told her about the people who looked like her chained to boats sometimes just sounded like stories. But now it seemed to Shayla that magic did not work when it came to history. It seemed that the past could crawl up and weave its way around the present, taking her father away in the midst. And Shayla felt very sad and very confused. What kind of superhero was she if she couldn't go back in time? If she couldn't fix where things were broken, both then and now? All of the superpowers she grew up knowing she had seemed to be fading away. For the rest of the week, she sat near the window, watching the cars and the people going about their day. Miss Robson with her small yapping dog, the twins who always popped bubblegum in the brightest, boldest pink, and Miss Moore, who used to be her third grade history teacher, who always walked with a stack of books atop her head. Each day she searched the faces of the passers-by for her father to no avail. The sun made its journey from east to west, but each day ended the same, and each night ended the same. And time without the greats dragged on into what felt like an eternity. And then, one night, in the midst of all her wondering, a great force shook the house, and a great wind poured through the skyway, and the glass seemed to turn into an extraordinary silver dust. And of that dust fell the most beautiful person Shayla the Great had ever seen in her whole entire life.
Right here is the most confusing map I've ever seen in my whole life. Goodness. Says go left, then right, then up, then down, then through the ceiling and down the stairs. Goodness. Says something about counting to 10. 10, okay, cool. Great. This is just ridiculous. Where am I?
Hi.
Oh, Lord, hi. Excuse me, I'm looking for Shayla the Great. You know Shayla the Great? I'm Ms. Rena.
You're Ms. Rena?
That's what I said. Who are you?
I'm Shayla the Great. Or I thought I was Shayla the Great, but I don't feel like I'm great at all. And I don't know if I believe in magic anymore, so maybe I'm just Shayla now.
Child, that's some nonsense. Goodness gracious. I come to deliver a message from, let's see here. Shayla's dad, the Great.
My dad sent you with a message?
I come to deliver a message from Shayla's dad, the Great, which is, you know, that's a long name for a superhero of his character. Deserves, you know, a name that people can summon quickly, like Batman. Imagine. 4 words in a superhero's name. I digress. Goodness gracious. Okay, here we go. Shayla's dad, the Great, would like me to relate to Shayla the Great that she remains great, okay? And no thing can take away her greatness. Yeah.
Did he say anything else?
Patient, I'm still reading over here. Okay. Okay, this part right here brings me to my presence here as a messenger. Ms. Rena, you know who I am?
You had the magic paintbrush.
Indeed, I did.
And you created our town.
That I did.
And then you buried the paintbrush for someone great to discover so it wouldn't end up in the wrong hands.
Precisely, exactly. Here is the message I am to relay from your dad, okay? He says he believes that you are the one we are waiting for, to dream a brand new world, and you should continue to pursue that mission. Find the magic paintbrush and create it.
He wants me to continue the mission without him here? No way. No way at all. We are the greats. It's 2 of us, not just one.
Nonsense. We must continue on. That's what we've always done. And that's what we must always do. We must rest, but we must continue on. You are Shayla the Great, and you are surrounded by a great many more greats than you could ever imagine.
Well, can you just tell me where the paintbrush is?
Child, no. One, I don't remember. That was a long time ago. I got a whole bunch of other problems to solve in the next dimension. And 2, even if I did, it is your mission to carry out. The journey is half the battle. You gotta trust yourself.
And with that, Ms. Rena disappeared the same way she had come. And the very next day, Shayla pulled out their notes from that first day of dreaming, and she started on the mission. Mr. Lewis's corner store carried all manner of strange, purposeless things. Sacks of marbles were shelved next to chewing gum, pool noodles occupied a bucket in the back, and for hot summer days, 2 for 99 cents. Mr. Lewis had everything you can imagine.
Founded in 1968. Dad the Great's notes say that's around when Miss Rena lived.
The door jingles as Shayla enters.
Good morning, Mr. Lewis.
Morning, Miss Shayla. How are you this fine day?
I got a mystery to solve. Do you think you can help?
I'll certainly try my best. What's the mystery?
Well, there was someone who once lived here named Miss Rena, and she had a magic paintbrush that could apparently make anything she imagined come into existence.
I've heard of Miss Rena. I knew her too. She lived near my father, and they were good friends. My father was an artist too when he wasn't running this store, and they'd spend hours up all night just painting and dreaming. I can't say I've ever heard of that particular paintbrush. I'm sorry, Shayla.
That's okay, Mr. Lewis. Thanks anyway.
Oh, hold on a moment. Now let me see. When my father passed and he left me with this store, he left me with this pendant too. Right inside the locket it says, magic things are always bright. Look for those who laugh with light. When you find some laughter free, closer to what you seek, you'll be. For years, I wondered what this pendant meant, and here you come telling me about magic. I don't know if it has anything to do with that paintbrush, but maybe one has something to do with the other.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Lewis. Have a good day.
And with that, Shayla was off, pondering her very first clue down Hamilton Road. The twins weren't really twins at all, but they had been inseparable since the beginning of time. They wore matching dresses and shoes, and they tried to do everything at the same time. And every week they had some new game to play or thing to share or fun fact to laugh about. They loved Double Dutch and Hubba Bubba Bubblegum. They were in the same grade as Shayla, but they had made a pact when they were 5 that they would be the twins for life.
Because two's company.
But three's a crowd.
Or so they said when someone else tried to join their crew.
Sorry,
Not sorry.
we the twins.
The triplets.
Magic things are always bright. Look for those who laugh with light. Look for those who laugh with light. When you find some laughter free, closer to what you seek, you'll be. Look for those who laugh with light.
You know slugs have 4 noses?
Oh, no way.
For real.
Whoa. Okay, ready?
64.
Repeat.
Or hesitations.
I'm sorry.
You finish.
Category is
Magic.
magic. That's a stupid category.
Aw.
Uh-huh.
Aw.
Okay, you're right. Best friends again.
Duh. Category is magic.
Those boots I had.
Cause what?
Carpet.
Snow days off.
Miss Runa's paintbrush.
That wasn't magic, just a myth. Huh. Okay. You're right. Best friends again?
Duh. My mom say the magic paintbrush was extraordinary and the most magic thing ever known on earth.
Whoa. Cool.
Then she told me about this rhyme her ma used to say. I think it was, magic is and was and it will be. Ask someone who dreams in history. They will send you future bound towards some place with softer sounds.
Whoa. Deep.
Yup. Right.
Oh, hey, Shayla.
Hi. Do you think you could repeat that rhyme you just said? The one your mom told you? I'm trying to solve a mystery and I think it might be a clue.
Magic is and was.
And it will be.
Ask someone who dreams in history.
They will send you future bound.
Towards some place with softer sounds.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Shayla. What you doing?
I'm trying to solve a mystery. I'm trying to find the magic paintbrush.
Whoa!
Cool.
Hope you find it.
Ask someone who dreams in history. Ask someone who dreams in history. Ask someone who dreams in history.
Shayla's favorite class had always been history, and her favorite teacher had always been
Miss Moore, of course.
Shayla practically ran to the elementary school and down the hallways to the third grade classrooms, which is where Shayla found
Miss Moore.
Shayla the Great! Hello, I wasn't expecting to see you here. What urgent thing has brought you near?
Miss Moore was maybe the smartest person Shayla knew, and her stories and words always seemed to move real smooth, kind of like honey. Shayla's list of people she wanted to be when she grew up included 1, Dad the Great, 2, Mom, and 3, Miss Moore, in no particular order.
I got a mystery to solve, and I need history to solve it. Can you help me?
I will definitely try my best.
Have you heard of Miss Rena?
Of course I have.
And the magic paintbrush?
Oh, that I've heard of too.
What if I asked you to tell me all you knew?
Ooh, well, Miss Rena passed in 1968, the same year Dr. King was killed from hate. You know, she buried that paintbrush because she was afraid that if the brush was found by one who was not freedom bound, its powers could not help the earth, and instead would only make things worse. I, for one, don't agree with those who say that they think the brush is a myth. I think the brush will be found by one who heeds her inner sound and trusts her voice and all her dreams and knows that things aren't always as they seem. The world may say she's not full of light, but she will trust a different sight. Her own reflection will reveal her worth, and she will know she is of noble birth.
If this you know, and this you're sure, why don't you find the brush, Miss Moore?
Oh, I am a teacher. That is my call. And that is one of the most important jobs of all. Now I send you forth into this town, and I'll show you a clue that I searched and found. Magic is closer than you think. Take a breath. You're on the brink.
Thank you so much, Miss Moore.
Oh, you are so welcome, Shayla.
As Shayla left the school, the streetlights buzzed on, which meant dinner time. And she took off running. There was so much to figure out. She had 3 clues. She couldn't wait to get home and show them to her. Somewhere in the back of her mind or her heart, Shayla hoped that the mystery would make her missing her father easier. But she still felt sad, and she still felt scared. And before her mom called her for dinner, she still watched the street for signs of her father.
How you feeling today, Shayla?
Okay, I guess. I found 3 clues for the magic paintbrush, Mom.
That's so.
Uh-huh.
I'm proud of you. Your father is too.
Dad?
Uh-huh. He called today. He said he'll try to call again tonight so he can say hi to you.
Is he okay? Do we know yet when he's coming home?
We don't know yet, Shayla. We just have to take it day by day.
Okay, Mom.
It's your father. Hold on a second, Shayla. Hello? Yes. Here she is.
Paging. Paging. Shayla the Great!
Dad the Great! Shayla the Great reporting for duty, here to make the world a better, brighter place. Hi, Dad the Great.
Oh, hello. Status of the mission.
It's coming. 3 clues today.
Wow, 3? That's something. That's progress. Keep going. Don't give up. Promise me, all right?
I promise, Dad the Great. Dad,
Uh-huh.
I'm scared. I don't understand. This isn't fair.
That's all okay, Shayla. I'm scared too. This is scary. And it's not fair. And it's confusing.
Are you okay?
Some days have been better than others. I'm here. I'm breathing. Breath is our ultimate superpower. Remember?
I remember.
Good. Keep remembering. Don't forget, okay?
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too, Dad the Great.
I gotta go now.
Okay.
Hand the phone back to your mom, okay?
Okay.
And continue on the mission.
I will.
And breathe.
I will.
That night and the next day, Shayla focused on breathing just like Dad the Great had taught her.
Breathing in and back out. I am here. I am here. I am here.
She wrote the clues on single pieces of paper and laid them out across her bed and thought and thought and thought.
Magic things are always bright. Look for those who laugh with light. When you find some laughter free closer to what you seek, you'll be. Magic is and was and it will be. Ask someone who dreams in history. They will send you future bound towards some place with softer sounds. Magic is closer than you think. Take a breath. You're on the brink. Closer than you think. What could that mean?
In her mind, she walked through all of her steps from the day. Mr. Lewis's corner store, the intersection between Hamilton Road and Brownsville, where she saw the twins, the elementary school, and she drew a map.
Closer than you think. Closer than you think.
Shayla took out her ruler and her compass, and when Shayla tried to connect each of those 3 points, she realized that she could draw a circle. She held up her map and squinted.
A circle. Huh.
Shayla thought about how if all those who made up their corner of the universe stood in the circle she had drawn, they'd all be able to see each other. This image reminded her of her father's words, his naming of their mission.
I am because you are. You are because I am. Without you, there is no me. Without us, we cannot be.
Was this her final clue? Shayla woke up early the next morning, right as Mr. Lewis was opening his shop.
Good morning, Mr. Lewis.
Good morning, Miss Shayla. How are you this fine day?
I'm okay, Mr. Lewis. Can I ask you for a favor?
Shayla spent the next day asking Mr. Lewis and the twins and Miss Moore and every other resident of the town that she knew if they could stand in the circle she had drawn on her map at the exact same time. Who makes up your community? Who would you ask?
Everybody ready?
Ready.
And when everyone was in their places, she walked to the center of the circle, which was, to Shayla's infinite surprise, in her own backyard.
I think the magic paintbrush is here, but I need help finding it. Can you all help me?
Of course.
I've got a shovel.
We'll bring bubblegum and double dutch. So you got some music while you dig.
And Shayla dug and dug and dug, and after a few hours of digging, to the summer rhythm of double dutch on the cobblestone, to the cheers of all of those she loved in her town, she found a small wooden box.
Shayla, have you found something?
I think so.
And as Shayla opened the box ever so slowly, the extraordinary dust came again from the clouds, and down fell none other but Ms. Rena.
Wee! Ooh, goodness. The universe needs a new map maker. Where am I now? Oh, hi, Shayla.
Hi, Miss Rena.
Girl, listen. I got another scroll. Okay. It is my great honor to bestow the paintbrush upon you, Shayla the Great, and to name you hereafter and into eternity, Shayla the Great, artist of our time. I know you will use it well, okay? Remember that magic lives right here. Oh, okay. All right now. I'm getting another call in another dimension. You need anything else?
Nope. Thanks, Miss Rena.
Hold on. You did the work. Continue it. Bye now.
And with that, Ms. Rena disappeared the same way she had come. And as Shayla raised the magic paintbrush up above her head, the whole community began to shout and cheer, "Shayla the Great!
Shayla the Great!
Shayla the Great!
Shayla the Great!
And Shayla painted a world with no jails and no prisons, where Dad the Great, Mr. Lewis and Miss Robinson, the Richards and Mr. Richards and the twins, Miss Moore and Miss Rena, her mother and her friends, and every single person who lived and had lived on winding Hamilton Road wore t-shirts that said "The Great."
And there was music of every era blasting out of the ice cream truck. And everyone stepped outside to dance along. And no cars came at night to take any of the greats. And no eyes from outside their corner of the universe came to look or watch. And the light that existed here expanded outward. So there were communities of the extraordinary, the beautiful, the brilliant. And everybody held each other. And everybody saw each other. And everybody knew each other.
And when Shayla finished her painting, she sat back and breathed.
And she looked at her hand and saw that she was both 10 years old
And not 10 years old at all.
and she watched as the world around her
Began to tremble and transform